Hello, PPCC community. This is Misha James. I'm your college ombuds. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about our communication styles these days. Pretty much all of our communication at this point is either email or by phone. So a lot has changed. And if you're an individual that does better in person and you prefer face-to-face contact, this is probably a challenging time for you. I get that. And I just want to offer a couple of suggestions of how we can all show each other courtesy, compassion, and kindness and still get the work done that we need and get the help that we need. First, so essentially we're talking about effective communication in the COVID-19 era, right? So let's start with composing emails. If you're composing an email to a professor, something to keep in mind, your professor is not just dealing with a small portion of their students who are emailing them, all of their students are emailing them because all of their classes have essentially gone online. So you have to keep that in mind when you're sending an email. They may not have time to look at 40 emails that are a full page long. So brevity is always important, okay? When you send an email, my suggestion, in your subject line, it's always helpful to put your name and maybe the class, right? So that they can start thinking about, oh, switch to which class, what do I need to go to? Also, when you go inside the body of the email, what I typically do before I get into the actual meat of my email is I'll send a little regarding line. And that regarding line will have my name, my student number, or S number for some of you, as well as maybe the section of the class. What that does for your professor is it lets them know exactly what class to look at, what student they're referring to, and they can type you up in their computer and pull your information up really quickly and hopefully give you a quick response to your email. Going into the body of your email, you always want to make sure that the body of your email is super concise. Your very first sentence should be your purpose for emailing your professor. That means, hello, Professor so-and-so. You've already stated your name, so you don't need to say your name. I need this, or I have a question about this. Be very concise, right? If you're clear about your needs, you'll get a clearer and more concise answer from your professor. Also, anything beyond that is just supportive information for what your actual first statement is. So keep in mind that that brevity is really, really appreciated, and just be clear and concise, okay? Also, you want to make sure the tone of your email is professional. And that's not just for students or for professors, that's for staff members, for all of us. Whenever we email someone, we should always be professional. We should always remember that there's a relationship, even if we're not face-to-face, right? And we set the tone for the rest of that experience. When you're emailing someone, if you received an email from your professor and maybe it evoked some emotion, maybe you're unhappy about a grade or you're not feeling like you're being appreciated or heard, whatever the case may be, that is not the best time to respond to that email. The best time to respond to that email is after you've taken a walk, taken a moment away from that email, maybe pet your pup, have some lemonade, whatever it is that you need to center yourself and to be mindful about what you're stating. Okay? So be mindful of your tone. It's super important. And that goes for all of us. So, clarity, brevity, tone is super important. If you're not sure about how your email will be perceived by the person receiving it, read it out loud. If it's still, you're not quite sure about the tone, read it to someone in your home, read it to a friend. And if they have some concerns, then write a couple of drafts, come back to it. The point is that you want to remain professional. You want your tone and your message to be heard. Well, you want your message to be heard, not your tone, okay? We all get frustrated. This is a frustrating time, but we'll get through it as long as we can be patient and understanding with each other. I wish you all well. Be happy, be safe, and be grateful that we're here. Take care.